Thinking is greater than hustling. Strategy will beat effort alone. And we're going to talk about that real quick here. Welcome, colleagues. George Sloan from Myford University. We are going to talk about the idea that doing a little thought beats just doing a little bit of work. You know, hard work without smart thinking is just sweat. Everyone always talks about, oh, you got to work hard and you got to work smart. And I prefer working smart over hard. Well, I advise you to do a little bit of both. However, it never hurts to do a little bit of thinking before doing. Don't get caught in analysis paralysis, but it is always better to do some consideration to get the job done right and the right preparation, as long as it's not there to create procrastination atmosphere, then thinking isn't a bad thing to do. You're not lazy. You're probably just doing the wrong things. And you, with a little bit of thinking, strategic thinking in many cases, you're going to get a better result or a better outcome. So here's a few questions to ask before you start to grind. Okay. I wrote 3 of them down for you, and I think it's, makes a lot of sense that you consider this as your approach. What's the actual objective? I always talk about what's the current state, what's the desired state. Want to make sure that we're going to cross that gap and bridge it with a good solution, but we want to know where we really want to go. What is here? We know what this looks like. This is here and now. This is there. This is then. What does that look like? What is the simplest path? Sometimes the simple way is the best way. Not always. Don't take the easy way out. But sometimes you don't have to overcomplicate things. You can do a simple solution. And like I said, you're here. You want to get there. What are the ways to close this gap between the two? Evaluate what they are and make a smart decision based upon it. And then another question you want to ask is, what can I cut out? What is unnecessary? I think the best example here is, I think of a process. The more hands that touch something, the more chance for delays, the more chance for errors. You want to simplify, you want to streamline. And that is the crux of this whole thing. And again, you may not get the perfect solution. I don't believe in perfect. I only believe in better. But you may not get the perfect solution. But what you might get, and what you should get, is a workable solution. And then you can work on making it better in the future. As you learn, as you iterate, as you're doing it, hey, we could tweak this or we could tweak that. Oh, what if we did it this way? Or, hey, we don't need to do that extra step. Then it gets better. So these are some of the ways where, again, doing a little bit of thinking and getting some feedback is one of the best ways to go. Don't just grind and work hard. Work hard, but layer some smart on top of it. So thinking will save you time. Hustle, waste time, and you might be aiming wrong. So what you want to do is make sure that you are focused on your objective. You want to look at what path that you can take, and then you want to turn around and make sure that you're doing the most streamlined approach, the workable solution. Again, I've said it before, I love elegant solutions, but I'll start with a workable solution. And it'll get prettier as we go along, because we'll get some feedback, we'll iterate, and we'll make some adjustments. So Myford University is about training thinkers as well as doers, because at Myford University, we believe in learning it fast and applying it faster. And I'll add to that today. You want to look at the feedback, iterate, rinse and repeat. Learn, apply, learn, apply, learn, apply. If you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, visit myforduniversity.com, where you can learn it fast and apply it faster. We'll see you the next time. Thank you.